Hey guys, I'm Chawla from ShutterDown Photography. So we've recently shifted our entire photography system to Sony, and we've been getting a lot of questions on why you shifted to Sony. Is mirrorless a good technology? Is mirrorless good for photography? So we're making this video to just answer all these questions. So we shifted to Sony and we are primarily using the Sony a7R III. It's a phenomenally good camera and it suits us to the T. Like, we don't need anything else. This camera is sufficient for all our needs. So the first reason why we shifted to Sony is its amazing low light focusing. At weddings, light is always a problem. And you always want to shoot at those really high apertures like 1.4, 1.2, maybe 1.8 sometimes. And in these high apertures, we really get those soft focus, which really hurts me. Now with Sony, that problem's not there because when you focus, the focus is sharp. It's sharp as hell. It doesn't shift from eye to nose, nose to eye. It's really good. Now with Sony, you have something called the eye autofocus. What the eye autofocus does is that you can actually focus at the eye of the subject and it does not move. It does not move at all. So what happens when you're shooting portraits, you want that really nice, sharp eye shot of the bride. You just have to do the eye autofocus and you're sorted. And now coming to its ISO performance. There's certain parts in weddings where we don't want to use artificial light. For example, the decor. When we want to shoot some really grand decor shots, we want to show the actual ambience of the decor, for which we need to use the actual light available. Sometimes this light be really less. So we have to really boost our ISOs to 6400, maybe 12800. But the best part about the Sony a7R III is that no matter how high the ISO is, there are hardly any grains in the photo. That makes the post-processing work much easier. So we really don't have to go for those noise reductions and make the image really soft. We can actually not tweak the image at all and get a final image without any grains. Another very interesting feature of this particular camera, the a7R III, is that with the press of a single button, you can convert it into an APS-C from a full frame. So now we shoot only with prime lenses. Now the only problem while shooting with the prime lenses, it increases your inflexibility. So that means if I'm currently say using a 55mm and I want to take a shot which requires an 85mm, I just need to press a button and it becomes an 85mm, almost an 85. So with a single lens, you basically have the power of two lenses. And plus this camera is a 42 megapixel camera. So when you crop a 42 megapixel, it becomes 16 megapixel, which means that you're getting a file size of about 16 MBs, which is very usable for wedding photography. So one really cool feature about the a7R III is its silent shutter, which is not really a quiet shutter. So usually in cameras, we have this quiet shutter where you have this hiss sound when you take the photo, but in a7R III, it's silent. So that means there's no sound at all. And I personally love using this feature in ceremonies like Vidai, which is really intimate and you don't want your presence to be felt. That's where you just become an invisible photographer and get your shots. Last but not the least, these are super light cameras. And when you're shooting a wedding for 12 hours, 14 hours, sometimes 16 hours, with those two heavy DSLRs, I just give up, man. Like, I need a really light body and this really fits my bill well. Every camera, end of the day, is good, but it just boils down to what features really fit your bill, what features really suit your style of shooting. I personally felt that all the features that Sony was giving me, they kind of fitted in perfectly for me. And that was primarily the reason why this entire shift happened.